What's up, dude?
Yo, how's it
How
going,
you doing,
Nick?
man?
Great, man.
Good.
Glad to be here.
What's going on with you? Playing a lot?
Yeah, just the regular online grind, never stops. Uh, gotta stay sharp. Gotta stay at it.
Sweet.
But
Let's see. Is your stream working yet? Mine's not showing anything yet.
yeah, it's showing button raising with nines, triple.
Oh, okay. So
And
we're on now.
we're
So we're
live.
live.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be pretty uneventful. Soon, just go see bet fold.
Did you watch yesterday?
Yeah, I just saw the 6-4 clip where DeVorth pounds at the table. That the chip layer didn't follow through on the river. That was funny. Yeah, I'm caught up with the action mostly. Saw that Fang climbed up to second pretty nicely, and yeah, the Chubas.
Yeah,
Quite the story.
He sniped a little four on the turn. I think it was ace four versus ace queen.
Wow.
To stay in, he was really short. Now he's in second, right?
Yeah, he has 43 bigs now. Second place. Lots of shorties here. Bunch of pressure. Gonna be tough.
I'm interested to see if. Oh, here we go. We got the Mueller hockey bit going. He must have been legit. He's got a really famous hockey coach on his rail, which is really funny. I don't know if you saw that yesterday, but I was like, is that Rick Tocchet? So he's got some big dogs on his rail, hockey guys.
Right. Wow, that's cool.
But I think the story of the day is like Lucas Jumelon. He had so many crazy hands yesterday, and even our Discord guys or people on Twitter or whatever else, like Pads, his coach, made a story about how like he only got to play 100 hands and like 8 of them were world class, and then other people are like, what is this guy doing? So I'm interested to see if he switches it up at all today, because he was opening like basically, I mean, he had 6-4 off cutoff, he had 7-5 off, he had a bunch of different leads. So I'm not saying they were bad or good. It was interesting, and I think I think the opinions are pretty all over the place on this guy. So I wonder if he's gonna keep opening super wide today. Now that we're gonna be 7-6 handed.
Yeah, now it's like such an obvious spot for aggression for the chip leader too, right? So I wonder how he's.
I was saying yesterday, I would have like there's not much jumps early in this thing, and he had a huge chip lead, and maybe I wouldn't have like ruined my rep yesterday.
Yeah, it's interesting going into today, right? Knowing that all these crazy hands happened, and like,
yeah, but
you marinated overnight, and it's like,
I was saying yesterday though, like, there's just guys that we've played so much with that everyone knew was really crazy and aggressive, but you just watch people in these high pressure moments continue to fold against them. Like Adamo was that guy where it was like you kept waiting for people to call rivers and take a stand, but you just watch people just fold the nuts to him on the river for like years and years. So I feel like this is such high pressure that like Lucas, if he keeps his foot on the gas, he can get away with it, because people just really don't like to. It's such a big spot. They're going to be like, I know he had, I know he opened really wide yesterday. I saw it, but I'm still not going to jam wider versus opens. Like, that's just human nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest spot possible almost, right? Apart from
and it's like you can't really take these decisions in and just be like, oh yeah, I got to make the right play for my range or whatever else. It's like, I don't know, dude, you're playing for $10 million one time.
Yeah.
It's like, where did he raise from?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too,
Yeah, that's it.
because
That small blind's definitely. It's hijack, right? You got to put that ace 10 in the small blind.
yeah, I looked at it and I thought it was a shove too, but I don't get the open position correctly. So yeah, it seems like it's just a put it in type spot to me too.
I think too, like I don't think after seeing yesterday, I think that it's possible I would be playing in a way where I assume that like most of the players would be a little bit wide on Greg's big blind. So if I thought it was close as Gags, I would just put it in.
You would just put it in. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised to see like he didn't even tank there, right? And Gags is like a well-seasoned pro with 5 bracelets
I
under his
mean,
name. So
there's some stuff is like, well, first of all, we're looking at King Jack suited, so we don't know if this guy was actually going to be super tight there. It just happened to have. So there's
yeah,
that. It's not like we saw him. It's not like he had ace 4 off or something. But I think the other thing too is like if you perceive yourself to be one of the better players left, maybe just trying to get to 6-handed and 5-handed and like not try to take like the thinnest spots possible could be a strategy. I mean, I think right now when you're short with the two other short stacks are certainly have probably looked like the tightest players at the table. Like I don't want to be in a folding contest against Greg and Scheibel here. So
I was gonna make that point exactly. I think that strategy is very valid when you get people just like punting, playing really aggressive, right? But like it's the biggest spot ever. Everyone's just gonna try and play slot. No one wants to make a bet bust here, and it looks like we're gonna shove the button here.
Yeah, easy shove here for Mike.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he does put it in. Oh no, he does.
Oh, he puts it in. Yeah. I was thinking too, like I don't know if they should be letting this spot even happen that much with Mike because that lineup of button, small blind, big blind, like I do think that what we know about them, like between Lucas and Sasky, like it's probably not fully into them too much. I mean, they must have just had I didn't pay attention, but they must have had some pretty bad hands here because people are reluctant to make the aggressive, even close to the aggressive shoves and stuff that they need to off these like 8 to 10 big blind stacks.
Super
8 to 12.
Button folded Queen 6 off, so I don't think he could have done anything there. I'm just checking the other ones.
Cut off, you mean?
It was Sasky. Sasky had Queen 6
Yeah.
Jumal unfolded garbage and it
just doesn't. So like I don't think this is a real tank. I think maybe I've said this already, and maybe I'm just wrong, but like if I were to coach people that think I'm like a random, if I were to coach a guy that people think is like a random dude, I would probably tell him like tank with a crazy hand against Gag so that he's not gonna like rejam on you and expect you to fold stuff, or like he's not going to jam on your small blind and expect on your big blind from small blind expect you to fold stuff. But this seems like a lot to do as like the act, but I think it's smart if you're not perceived as like a tourney reg, if another reg is like rejamming on you or whatever, to just tank with like a horrible hand like King Jack off.
Which Scheibel specifically, like he's a high stakes cash pro, right? So
I think he's a live cash,
yeah. So I mean, I would assume, I'm sure he's done some work before that. Like that's the coolest thing about the dates being, so far apart. Now you get to prep, but I was just heartbroken when they took that away. And now that they brought it back, I'm pretty happy. It builds really good excitement.
Yeah. The 2 weeks is cool. I think the November 9 was like, that was a lot. That was a
lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I think it gave people time to line up their deals. Like there would be like big deals happening, with Full Tilt and Poker Stars and this and that. I think that break let people get sites like Full Tilt to pay you a bunch of money or whatever.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. I just thought it was just like a big
Yeah, because
3
like
months wait.
if you play the final table the next day and you have these huge companies that want to get the deals set up, you don't really have time to sort that all out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, when I started playing poker, I think the first or second year, I just watched 10 for 10 by Martin Jacobson like a bunch of times. I just remember being like so excited about how awesome that video was, and also the Mark Newhouse story, the back to back was
Yeah,
insane
he got
too.
that.
It's just
Did he
like
get ninth back to back years?
9 back to back years.
He
Yes,
did, right? That's crazy.
that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so that was all getting dealt dust. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Snap fold to small. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, I think the biggest information point here is just how wide the first and second stack will open, right? That's just like the biggest deal right now.
Yeah,
With so much pressure.
but we're on like right now. What are we at? We're
250K
locked
pay
up
jump.
1.5. So it's like compared to everything else, like a super tiny pay jump. So I wouldn't even be thinking about that at all. Even if I was Greg, I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. It's easy to say, but when you're in there, right, for a lot of these guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not even saying like, oh, I'm a high stakes guy. It's only 250K. It's kind of like you always got to remind yourself that you're still playing for fourth, third, second, first, and
for sure
trying to prioritize this small pay jump. But like you're playing for a bunch of money. You probably need to take some spots.
Absolutely, yeah. Like just like this ace-6 just goes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't even at a 7-handed table. I mean, that's obviously the right play, but I could have seen somebody skipping it.
I could have seen somebody 2xing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't think he's the guy for that.
Yeah, and with like 3 other shorties, it's a pretty hard to believe that story. Yeah.
Already we got our first commercial here.
Looks.
Yeah, they're doing. I think we do 4 of these per hour. Is John coming on to join us soon? Said he was, right?
I think he's in about 40 minutes. He'll be here soon.
Oh, okay. And Dan, let me text Dan and see if he's coming.
Yeah. You guys put up quite the show, apparently.
We were just being honest, hanging out, watching. Like, yeah. I would do this anyway. Like, I would watch normally. Yeah. I don't watch everything all the time, but I do watch the WSOP main. I love it. I said that yesterday, especially with Nick and Ali on the comms. It's awesome. We don't get to listen to it now, but I would always watch this.
Yeah. Usually, I love Nick and Ali commenting. I remember a needle he threw at you. It was so funny. I think you just busted like in a huge spot at Trident, and he just goes, "Oh, there are two beers that are very worried in Nick's fridge right now."
He's the best. We gotta get him. He didn't do the last one. I hope he's coming back. But yeah, Nick's definitely one of the best too.
Yeah, that was Ali, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, Nick is just, like his comment is just. I like his voice too. His voice is very. Very
yeah,
nice.
He's actually got I think he's got a radio show going on XM, Sirius XM right now, a poker radio show.
Pretty cool. You know, these big spots, it's just like, it's like you were saying, right? Like the pay jumps aren't even that big, and short stack just kind of needs to go for it. But it's just, if you stop and just think about the magnitude of it, you can easily just freeze up, right? Like if you haven't been in a big spot ever like this before, and you're just like 12 bigs, 13 bigs, you have a shove hand, like you really got to be able to execute properly in these spots. I think that's like a trait that's elite players have. That's just like no matter the spot, they can just execute insanely well. Of course, experience helps, but I think it's also just like a trait that you develop over life, or like you just perform very well under pressure somehow, I think a lot of people are natural at that, and others are not so much.
I would say with that, the very best guys, you can see it because they're actually willing to do it on both ends. Like they're willing to go for a really tight play that they think is correct. So it's not like when you're saying it, I think a lot of people see it as like a one-way street where it's like, oh, the best guys with the most experience, like they'll just go for it. Like they'll rejam, they'll do all this stuff. And it's like they'll do all that stuff, but also if they have to make a giant fold, even if it's like not, if it's like a smallish pot and they just think they're bad, like I always use Jason as an example or whoever else. It's like they execute on both sides. So whenever you see someone on one of these streams in a huge spot, or even I use Dan Smith as an example, where like they are willing to like run a huge bluff or like station a river or whatever, and they're also willing to just like fold pocket tens pre-flop because they just think it's wrong. They're just like, this spot is freaking me out right now. That's how you know that somebody's like in there executing, right? When they're willing to miss on both sides. If you're always willing to miss on one side or the other, you're probably just leaning in that direction. And like that's your problem, right? So like if you're just like always leaning the tight side in the big high pressure spot, it's like, yeah, you're just kind of too tight. If you're always like, oh no, I don't skip a spot, I go for it. It's like, well, then maybe you don't actually pay attention to like live stuff and everything else to know when somebody three bets and they just have it, right? So I mean, I think I'm not saying I'm one of those guys. I'm just saying the very best guys, they miss in both directions all the time.
And do you think that that's like trained over time as well, or do you also read there's like?
I think it's just yeah. I think that it's because preparation and like being well prepared, whatever that means for someone, whether it means having played a bunch or studied a bunch or everything, that's like the highest form of confidence to make some of those decisions, right? Like when you're actually prepped and you know how everything is supposed to look, kind of, you can push and pull those levers. If you just go in kind of not that prepared, it's going to be more stressful. It's going to be harder to execute. So I think it's a combination of experience, but also being prepared. Wow, this is tough. I mean, it's 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would be folding this.
Yeah, I'd fold it.
But yeah.
But he did shove Jack 5. I mean, very, very different spot he covered, but like he found a really aggressive jam versus shorter stack yesterday. Small.
Is there any other possible line for the A7? It's just always a lander.
Yeah, I just think you just shove it every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, slightly deeper is where you get some like limb tree bet, right? Stuff going on. But such a big stack, such high risk.
Yeah, looks like he's making a good fold there.
Yeah. Queen Jack suited? More of a tough spot?
Yeah, 16 is 16, right?
It's 16. Yeah, 16 exactly. Tough one. Not with offsuit version, man.
I mean, I just don't expect. It depends if you expect them to wake up with the 10-8 off, jack, whatever the hard jams are. Like he woke up. We know he just had like one of the easier ones that you could see, so he did it. But
can you read into the timing there too? Because like I feel like the fast jam is much less likely 10-8 offsuit, right? When you're playing.
Yeah,
such a big spot.
For sure. Did he actually jam that fast? I wasn't paying that much attention.
I'm gonna go back and see, but I think I saw like a under 10-second jam there. Let's see. Yeah, it was pretty fast.
It's just one of those things where, especially, Moore. See now. Yeah, I think that's a fold. I mean, sorry, I don't think that's a jam.
Yeah.
Is he low jack?
I have to agree with you. I think he's low jack, yes, or high jack exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think he's hijack, right? Seems like he's hijack.
Cut up. Oh, he's hijack? Okay.
Yeah.
No, because Hammond's button, Fang cut off, hijack. He's low jack.
Oh yeah, he's low jack. Yeah. That I don't think that's a shove either. King queen offsuit.
I think I would just raise that one, and as he doesn't. I don't think it's the worst thing, but I think like as him too, that raise would just get everything accomplished that his shove just did.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Big
He
sweat.
doesn't want to. He doesn't want him to celebrate. He's old school. He knows.
Oh my God, Jack and Delindo. There's no way. Holy shit.
But yeah, I think from that far up front, you're probably really just trying to raise a hand like that and even ace 10 off.
I agree.
And like I said, like for him, it would just clear out everything. Like his raise might get folds that his jam doesn't get the way it's played out, right? Like if he raises, someone might just be like, nines is not the one here.
I was thinking about nines as you were saying that. I'm like, if one of these shorties wake up with nines, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it would have been kind of a sweet play, but it looks like he might just get the max value. Poor Sasky, I feel like.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the things he did yesterday. Some I did not like very much, but
that's a big one. Jesus. So you were playing like a range of induction there that's like queens plus, jacks plus, ace king suited. What are you actually getting to induce there in that spot?
Yeah, queens.
Queens, yeah.
I would raise queens probably.
And then just throw in a little bit of offsuit that's right borderline a shove. So ace 10 O, king jack O.
I would raise ace 10 probably and ace 9.
Yeah, and with his image, it would absolutely would have gotten a lot of credit. I wonder if he has that in his arsenal to even.
I would if I had one night to coach him, I would have told him to come out today, just raising his short stack all day, for sure. Just 3-bet. You know, like back in the day when people used to ghost people and like I'd be playing and knowing like some random account deep in attorney, like the number one thing was like, okay, this guy's min raising off 9 big blinds. Somebody's ghosting him. Okay, he just 3-bet me. Everyone that's opened off 16 or less, he has 3-bet. Like, okay, because it's still those are the type of plays that just work every time.
It works.
First time somebody does it.
Yeah, and it's still true, by the way. Still happens. I can confirm.
So like,
it's very obvious too when it happens.
So if you have the chance to like give somebody a couple pointers for like a big final table spot and they start short, it's like, whatever, man. You're gonna play this one time. Just do all this short stack stuff and rep the nuts and see how it goes.
Yeah, just 3-bet off 14 bigs, whatever. It's gonna work. Yeah.
And then it's such a giant pickup. You know, you have like when you're in this like 12 to 20 BB range,
it changes everything, right? When you win,
like everyone can know that I'm just like full of shit and they can see it on the stream, but like I need to pick up these pots right now, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Have we seen any like 3-bet, 5-bet stuff or 3-bet, 4-bet?
We saw Jumlon cold. He 4-bet like a ace 5 off, which was fine. Looked like. Canadian hockey boys right there.
Yeah.
So we saw a 4-bet from Jumlon with ace 5, which it was versus Sasky, and Sasky had just kind of had it every time he 3-bet so far. So I'm not sure if he was going after him at that point. I'm not sure how, but I mean, his cards were fine for it and it would have been fine. We saw that. We saw Booze took a king 7 off versus like an early-ish raise from Jumlon yesterday. Just 3-bet king 7 off from the small blind, which was pretty savage. Didn't get through. Oh. He had 8s and actually called, and it was like 30 effect. It was a close spot for 8s preflop. Like I think all 3 things would be on the table for sure.
I saw a pretty quick fold of what was that? Was suited ace no small blind, right? Facing these open. Oh, it's because it's gagged, and yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he folded ace deuce of clubs, standard.
I see some pretty good, well-known, well-studied players on that guy's rail. So I would guess he's been getting some pointers, some coaching. He's been going to them. He was going to them a lot, I heard too. Just getting cans and stuff.
Let's see, does he take this 5-3? I think that tells a lot too about how he's going to be playing this today. finds the fold this
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
I guess he's just adjusting from yesterday too a little bit, right? Because like I feel like he would have definitely opened that yesterday, but
yeah. I mean, I do think probably like he just sees that the effective depth is
it's
that
too
much
shallow.
shallower. But
Yeah,
I still I don't think that he should have been playing. Like I thought his opens were a little bit out of line, but I do think that this is a lineup and a situation now, especially where like
it's gonna work better
you
than
could
it
kind of
should.
just open as much as you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that like yesterday he was opening a bunch, and then it sounds stupid theoretically that you could open really wide and then just be really aggressive post flop, but I think in this tournament it works, and you're like I said, you're only going to have to do this once. So I don't think it made too much sense to like be super wide and then just being like one tiny C bet and giving up a bunch on ranges that were pretty capped and definitely vulnerable to pressure. Like he had a few of those where he could have just like run it off. Uh, Otherwise, I don't think the opens were like a crime or anything. It's possible they were just
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, like
No, yeah,
missing.
of
Yeah.
course, as you know, like you make somebody a little bit tight, and all of a sudden it's you
Mm-hmm.
can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, but I guess like when it's this shallow, you start to feel bad about holding two baby cards, right? Opening just much more for
Yeah,
the
like
pocket.
there's still like I've always said, like there's still rules, right? Like you still have rules of the game, like that are based on cards.
It's funny because you said that, I just keep getting flashbacks to Adamo opening like 8 deuce suited in spots like this, and it's somehow working for him. He's just like
He might have
being a
even just been
savage post
open.
flop.
He might have just been open jamming. That guy's probably the number one guy I've seen win like 10-8 off versus ace king suited for like 120 big blinds.
What do we do here with the 9-7? This is actually close. It's just a
Where
fold.
is he from now? So this is
Sasky open
cutoff.
cutoff off.
Cutoff last place min raise. I'm definitely defending.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, I mean, like what I just said, like it wasn't even about the amount of money, right? It's like wasn't the last pay jump like
250.
it was like
It's like, yeah.
1.25 to 1.5 is, and now this one's 1.5 to 1.75, right?
Yeah, it's 250K pay jump
So this is the
again.
smallest. This is a really tiny pay jump because
Yeah.
right, because it's like incrementally the smallest by a lot.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and you're just that sure that you get to realize equity, right? And yeah, hard to bluff it
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
I was just gonna say like you're when I had the biggest spot of my life, and I talked to you just like 30 minutes before the finals ever started. You told me something I'm never gonna forget, which is like, just don't this if you keep thinking about the magnitude of the spot and the money, you're just gonna freeze up. So just remember, you're still playing poker. Everyone still has two cards. You just gotta play the game. Just remember everything you know about ICM and payout structure, whatever, right? And just do whatever you think makes sense and is logic to you, and you're gonna do great. You just gotta execute. Now's the time to execute.
Yeah.
So it's like for spots like this, it really is just like the best thing you could say to someone. Honestly, it's just like don't be thinking about that. Just don't be thinking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we always joke about some of my stupid examples I say all the time, but it's just as simple as like looking at the hand that you get dealt and asking yourself. Sometimes if I feel like particularly stressed out or something at a final table, or just like a decision is tough, sometimes I actually just play out like the three options I have, like on Poker Stars, you can see you have the option to like fold, call, or raise. And you're just like, which one of these feels like the best, like, do I really, like if I was in Mueller's shoes there with the King Jack, I'd be like, sometimes you can get hyper focused on like, oh, I'm short. This hand looks fine. I'm all in. But sometimes you might, if you slow down and be like, my options are like, I can min raise, I can jam, I can make it half of my stack and maybe fold if a bunch of people go all in, or I can fold. Which one of those actually sounds the best? Especially in a tournament like this, I don't have a shot clock. Like, what am I in a rush for?
Yeah.
I do think one thing like you're talking about with mental game and stuff is like, a lot of times that inclination to rush is to avoid that painful moment of like decision making, like high stakes decision making. It's kind of like, why do people rush hero calls? Why do people like no time bank pull the trigger on a bluff or that's close? Or like, you'll see it a lot where somebody will pull a trigger on a bluff where you're just like, I don't know, man, everyone in the world would have had to take a while to figure out what their value hands and bluffs are.
Yeah.
and they just do it kind of snap on the river. And it's kind of like you just didn't really want to sit there with nothing on the river and actually have to think about it for a minute just because it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable, you know?
Hmm. For
Like I
sure.
think a lot of this stuff, these things is like, don't try to avoid being uncomfortable if it's going to help you make a little bit of a better decision because you're playing for so much money and the edges are in some games relatively thin and in some games there could be huge like this one. But yeah, I think taking your time and just actually kind of playing out your decision process is definitely important. And I don't think
Yeah.
no one does it. I mean, including myself. Like, you know those mistakes you make in big spots where it's the
Yeah.
clearest thing ever, like
Like if
30
you take
seconds
10
later.
more seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
If you take 10 more seconds, you just know you wouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Like just thinking about the even just like making a decision and then not thinking about some easy part of the other guy's range. Like
Hmm.
that. Like that's probably the biggest mistake I could see happening. Like I've done myself a bunch is like get to this line on the river and either bluff or not, and then all of a sudden you're like, he called like a giant bet on the turn, you know, not like a normal size bet, like a giant bet. But like you get it's so easy to get hyper focused on your own hand, what you're doing, the fact that you have nothing. You know, maybe Lucas when he gave up the 6-4 yesterday just had some narratives in his head like I can't lose this chip lead. I can't do because like he finds. I mean, I don't think he has the right suits on the turn, but like he finds like a hard-ish turn barrel.
Yeah. Like you
But
need
then
some no
maybe you're
equity
just
there, right? Like it's
maybe it's
not
just like yeah,
insane.
not thinking super clearly on rivers and stuff like that. So, and like I'm guilty. Obviously, I've done that a million times. I'm not.
Yeah.
Whenever I say
Same.
these things, I'm not saying I'm the best at them. I'm just saying
Of
stuff
course.
about
Yeah.
how you should play.
I mean, poker, you just got to always stay humble and just understand it. Everyone fucks up all the time. It's fine. Like you just learn from it and move on. And like I can see, like one thing that I was going to say about that hand is like he had a diamond. I feel like I can see a lot of people getting stuck on the I blocked the flush draw that missed that thing there, and like he was going to just always do it when the flush gets there. You know.
Yeah, it's like actually the you don't want it on the turn because like
Yeah.
that's when he folds all his bad flush draws that have a 4 in him. Then by the river it actually probably gets good. I have no idea because I don't know about having 6-4 off on the there, but like I know when I was what Dan and I were saying basically is like we know that regular mechanics like 6-4 of spades like just a completely irrelevant suited connector that would be your bread and butter like
No
blast it
equity.
off twice, right?
Hmm.
All right, so this is going to be an easy one for Gags.
Again, yep. Has to go in. No other
Yep,
option. Good luck.
yep.
Shable's spot is quite hard to hit the calling range, I think, versus this. If he actually
Yeah,
gets a hang.
yeah,
Yeah, it just has a full.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
gonna go true. He's running good today so far. Gets true, shoves true, missed. He didn't reshove the ace 10-0, but we're not
Yeah, I think
100% sure on that.
I would guess that's just a miss, but you know.
Hmm. Yeah, with the shot, like it's just so I'm just used to like online poker brain. So like to me, it's like you know, the usually the payouts are not this shallow, right? It's not that top heavy unless you're playing some different format there. But yeah, makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense that you just got to gamble here.
But online too, like you don't have to it's almost easier when you can operate under the assumption that everyone's opening aggressively. Like when you throw in a few wild cards where you don't actually know. Like this is a perfect example of where from day to day, hour to hour, you have no idea what someone's range is actually going to look like. It's very
Yeah,
funny to try to say something serious while
yeah,
I was doing this. That guy looks like a legend. But you don't know if somebody came there to just like skip all their RFIs that moment, which like you're playing on when you're playing online, that's just never going to happen.
never gonna happen.
I think that this one is close, and if you're with Scheibel on the button, jamming more makes sense than raising more, like with your range, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I like this. I think that there's a
I
lot
like
of
this a lot
value in
too.
this. There's a lot of value in the single raise pot. You can maybe let somebody do something. I don't think that there are particularly the best customers behind to actually find something because they've been relatively simple. But I think this is good. as long as he's ready to, raise call it
Call it
off
off.
versus big
Yeah,
blind,
yeah.
which I assume he is.
Hmm.
So I like this for sure. I think it's good. I mean, you don't really want to play too many shoves there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's just so many ranges behind, right, and so many.
Yeah.
But still, like there's some hands that just fit there perfectly, right? When you think about
Yeah, when I
hand
say I
pluses.
would shove more often, like than if I had like with that short stack behind, I probably just shove some hands that typically maybe I would raise.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like that. I mean, I think it's like just nice to try to take not to get really hyper focused on like taking it down pre-flop all the time and realizing like, yeah,
You gotta play.
if the big blind defends, this is going to be a really nice spot for a moment, right? And then
Yeah.
doing kind of not sleeping on that stuff.
Hmm. This is also something you just mentioned, something that often chip leaders, when they're playing like the super aggro stack, they just forget to 2x some hands, and they forget that big blind still defends, and there's EV and 2x and 2 instead of just like being super shove happy in a high pressure spot, right?
Yeah.
You also need something to play back with versus tree bets, which
Yeah, and
is super important.
it happens a lot in all the spots, right? Like you see it happen like blind versus blind where like a chip leader gets super shove happy and not realizing like you actually need to slot if you're playing these high pressure strategies like Jumelon's probably going to put in play here. You do need to be cognizant of like having kind of linear hands that are not that fun to raise fold in all your
But
ranges, right? Because then otherwise, when you do go down call lines or 3-bet lines, you're kind of fucked, right? So like
yeah,
that's important, and that is something I'm interested to see if he does that here because yesterday he made some jams with some pretty sort of like top of linear range hands.
oh, interesting. Yeah. Shavel shoves the king six, and Jumalon has
Oh
to
yeah,
call.
he's gonna have to look them up here.
Yeah, pretty standard call here, right? Like,
Yeah.
not even. Yeah.
Yeah, and versus people that are not experienced doing this stuff, I would always call and then just dunk jam the flop. And just be like, I don't know, maybe this guy will make a mistake somehow. Like it's not likely, but like what if?
Yeah. Well, he does call. Let's see if he does exactly what you're saying. I don't think he gets through on this board.
But you should.
Yeah, it's
Not
really
even as an
interesting.
exploit, like the way you should just
You should just do it. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't. Oh, he checks. I didn't even think about that. It's really great that you mentioned it.
Now, if I'm this guy, I should probably shove too. But what if Jumalon has an idea that he actually does want to keep a short stack in because he's mega chip lead? Like maybe I just try to always get to the river and see if he does something crazy, like just have a great hand and keep me in. Because here it's like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's about to get a. No, he's not going to get a win.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if a chip leader has like a wild idea of keeping you in and just like checks down stuff. Why not try?
Yeah. I mean, I can see someone going down that logic for sure. Like, it's not. I don't think it's 0%. That's for sure. But I guess like, and you're never folding anyway. Right? You're always realizing your equity, right? If he shoves a turn, you're still call it. So yeah.
Yeah.
What if he needs a 5 or a 6 or he's out? Shavel, the cash pro, plays on Commerce, I hear.
Oh, really?
Eighth cash, yeah, and his eighth cash in the main apparently too. And GG's takes down 1.5 mil, right?
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah, can't be sad. I mean, it sucks now, right? Like it feels terrible, but
Yeah.
yeah, after
You
a
just
while,
gotta
I'm sure.
pretend you won a 10K for 1.5, which would be pretty nice.
Yeah. Probably more than most people ever will win, right?
I can't think of many spots that I think he played pretty well. I don't remember yesterday. I mean, you didn't watch any, but from what I saw, he definitely didn't punt at all for sure, and I think he did pretty well with the spots he got. What's
What
up,
up,
big
boys?
boy?
Yo,
Our
what's up,
What
boy.
up? What up?
nice to have you.
Yeah, I caught some of your guys' chat when I was getting out of the shower.
The
Like,
last hand was really this King 10-0 versus King 6 with the shorty show was pretty interesting stuff. And Nick said I didn't even consider that until he spoke about just call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to tack on earlier conversation you guys were having about Nick was talking about deciding too quick on these rivers, not wanting to feel the pain. And I had a student do that recently and it cost him. And we had a really good conversation where I liked where he got to, which was essentially, if you're not taking your time on these, why are you even playing poker? Because anyone can enjoy flopping a set or gambling, and but you chose poker, the one that has all these hard decisions. So why would you shy away when you finally get a hard decision? It's a weird, not to say we don't all do it, but why did you choose poker if you don't like spending time puzzling out tough spots?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's exactly right. So it's like, yeah. But doesn't it happen to you all the time? Like the urge to do it? Yeah.
You can remember for years, I was like the fucking league leader in that. I was like, only Elke could snap the side quicker than me. But I'll say something in defense of old schooler players is that pre-solvers, there was something to your snap decisions possibly being better than if you took a little time. But these days, if you learned at this stage, that's almost certainly bullshit.
That's the Isildur take too, right? That's his reasoning. He would say he doesn't like tanking because it influences his first purest decision or whatever, right?
Yep.
I think there's some truth to that. I've definitely fucked up the other way too, but I feel like it's at least 70-30 or 20-80. And if I take more time, I always make the best.
There's a saying. There's a saying that's just probably misguiding people, and I'm gonna get it wrong, so I'm not even gonna try.
It all the time. Think wrong, think think long, think wrong. Or
no. I mean, yes, that one. But there's a math thing people say, something like your first 70% of your intuition is however much percentage right or whatever. But I'm just either that's bullshit or it just doesn't apply to poker, because maybe you could just think deeply and recall something important on minute, or on second 45 instead of second 15.
I think it comes down to how fleshed out your industry is. When it's still something where working on instincts is something that the crushers are doing, then probably some snap decisions are important. But once it's gotten very technical and there's a lot of complex thinking required, it can't be that the top performers are going to be snap acting.
No one's a field trader anymore. No field trading.
And I feel nowadays we know some spots have so much complexity and denseness to it. You referred to a spot where you just need 30 seconds to figure out what the fuck's going on here with your value and your bluff, right? You just have no idea there's no way you can snap back. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So now we got this is getting pretty close. Jumaline, when folds to him, he's actually, and he was yesterday, he's going to have some savage strats, right? With all these kind of mid stacks right around open jam opportunities. It's going to get pretty interesting with how he chooses to deal with this. I know, John, you missed a lot of it's almost like you were kind of here and people were kind of feeling it out. And then the craziest stuff happened after you got off last night. Mm-hmm. But it's okay. So he's going with min here. I like that.
So I have a question. After I saw FBT make a bunch of really nitty folds, but other than that, and they missed King 10 suited shove, I didn't actually see nitty play. Is there actually reason why the chip leader should be opening wider than theory?
No, because there wasn't. That's the thing is other than Greg, the guys you exactly what you said. They got dealt some pretty looking candidates, but the spot was wrong. We had some queen jack suited fold and a king 10 suited fold, but I was kind of even me and Dan were yeah, it's probably just kind of it's just a little bit off and it needs to fold this time. And if it was a little bit position, so no one actually skipped anything crazy except for Greg.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I wonder then, I mean, I'm sure Jim Lon is 22 and he's the chip leader at the main event final table. So he's got to feel, whether it's right or not, that he has a post flop edge everywhere. So maybe that's influencing him. But I was wondering, like, why would you open 6-4-0 in the cutoff? It wasn't Greg's big blind when he did. It was Gag's big blind, right?
Gags. Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. I didn't watch much, but all I heard you say that Pad said he played fantastic. And I mean, if he is his coach, then maybe he just wants to pump him up, but that's very weird.
I don't know how much we should divulge on this, but like in terms of like my private conversations, but somebody told me something that I think is very smart. All respect to Pads. Like, obviously we know he's a great player and great coach, but Pads, like, somebody smart was like, also, like, I don't want to give this kid more confidence the way he played yesterday.
I agree.
Yeah, like, why don't we tell him, like,
He needs to tone it down.
You coach someone who went really deep. We won't say anything about it, but like that person needed less confidence. 100%. They needed that. Like, I hang out with that guy all the time now, and he needed his confidence brought way down. That's sometimes the case. If I was 22 and I made the final table, I would have needed my confidence cut by 80%.
Yeah, I mean, the things that were interesting were mostly just sort of like unconventional sizings and lines. To me, like, some of it was completely unnecessary, and then some of it there could be reasons for it. But I would have brought like a simpler strategy, because like what we're seeing now, it's not like you're in there trying to battle with guys that you have to outfox and change the game. You happen to get to a point where I think a straightforward aggressive strategy as a chip leader would just perform very well. You know, like, you don't have to reinvent the game and have all these crazy ISO sizes, but we'll see. I mean, every there's a lot of different ways to play, but I would say he had some big. What I'm looking for now, he had big open jams when we were like 9-handed, like big open jams, and big ones with like one of the last like king queen suited for like 35 effective behind from early. So I'm wondering how that's
weird.
Yeah, so like when now we
like
actually
not
have
confidence. That's just kind of like trying to like hit some weird ass solver play that if it's somehow the best play, it's by such a tiny margin that would evaporate if you think you're good post flop.
Yeah, a lot of the confidence stuff I think was just like defending any two, leading big, stuff like that was sort of like,
So you two know from the podcast, talk around confidence in poker is one of my favorite topics, and it made me think, because probably some people are hearing this are like, wait, are they serious that it's good to like have your confidence slashed to the final table? And what I would say is that irrational self-confidence and self-belief, however you want to phrase it, is a real mixed game where like I think Alex Foxen is sometimes irrationally self-confident in a way that is beneficial for him because he's experienced it enough times that he knows, how to keep it in gear. And I think that's true of a lot of the best players, where they might have like part of their brain in a delusional village, but they're able to reel it back to, to a realistic point very, very quickly. And I would say anyone who doesn't have a long resume and final table's the main is going to naturally be delusional, and they need some proper checks on that.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. I don't think that I would be telling people like, dude, you're just gonna fucking own them, like take them all these places. It's like not what I really would want to be like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like I wouldn't worry about Gags being too confident here. It's just zero chance that he's just going to be like, I was just running the best I ever had, and I ran some crazy bluff that if I took 2 seconds, I never would have done it. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah. And then if you get to play these things a billion times, I'd probably take those guys just playing solid and being pretty sharp than like the guy that wants to go in and run it over. But we'll see how it goes. It's interesting that we went from the Flamingo Boa back to just Triton Hoodie. So this is
make day two.
Okay. So I'm also this is the highest pressure spot at the table, right? So I'm kind of, this dynamic is what we want to pay attention to as well. Fang covered.
Fang doesn't seem scared, and my guess is Jim Milan is generally not going to go crazy targeting him. But here he is betting a kind of mixy spot. Small size.
Yeah, these spots are interesting, right? I mean, just all the way. I mean, Fang's not so deep that his pre-flop threshold should be crazy. I think he's probably calling queens in the big
I think
blind.
Fang is going to check raise him here. I think if you're Fang and you're like, is Lucas really going small bet here with his value? Is he even going small bet with his pocket eights? He's going to call. You know what I mean?
Actually,
and what that range might look like pre-flop. I thought we were going to see a check raise.
Yesterday, we noticed that Lucas loves the B60 when he smashes a big piece. So in line with what you're saying right now, like I don't think he has ace 10 with this chip lead and just bets the size he just bet. I think he has. I do think that he can have some hands as strong as like ace queen of hearts.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I was gonna play back at John a little bit because like often under really heavy risk, the guy that's pressured. Well, his range pre is like completely different than a normal spot, right? But also like the chip leader just gets to use a bunch of small bet in spots that we're used to seeing big bet or medium bet. But there, it does seem appropriate to be at least like B40 or something there, right? If you're gonna bet.
I don't think that John was saying that it would be wrong in theory. I think he's saying that Lucas would bet big with big hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think based on what we saw with those jacks the other day, granted, Shiva was a different opponent, but I think he just kind of sees full control. I know this feeling where it's like when I have a value hand, it's bonus if I can get some money, but I'm going to win this tournament by just taking the blinds.
I think
and blocking people.
Breno, exactly what you said too. There is you don't. Part of it is not only like mutual pressure. Like obviously that's not mutual pressure. Lucas has all the pressure,
all the chips
in his favor, but he can't start betting huge with like queen 10 because the proposition is that he needs to sell his hand for multiple streets against a guy that's going to under defend and play tighter, even if he's playing correctly, right? So it's like you don't.
They just dropped a stat. We've been treating Lucas like 22. He's relatively new. They say he's been playing since he's 8 years old, so 14 years in the game.
8 years old? Jesus Christ.
8 years old. That's 14 years.
That changes everything.
That changes a lot.
It does. It really does.
He predates solvers.
So Sasky's showing his newness a little bit here with this. That's like, That's so John. Yesterday he played really well for a while and then did some weird stuff like this. Now,
are we just all in the big blind here of King Nine Suited?
Yeah,
this is fine, but it's pretty savage. But I don't think. Let's go.
Oh, nice. Very
That's
nice
a
one.
good find.
That's a very good find. I think I'm delayed on you guys. I got to try to. I just didn't. He jammed it, right?
Yeah, jammed it.
I got to get mine up to date.
And now you're kind of regretting the pocket trees right about now.
But I think that spot was probably like I got to look again at it before I say something stupid. But sixes seems tempting to fold in that lineup.
Yeah,
maybe fives. I mean, not threes.
Hamoud has not been scared of a few hands I've seen him play.
The thing I really didn't like yesterday was he just like 3-bet folded ace queen suited to Mueller, which the fold was good, but I just would have never gotten that spot. Otherwise, there was another hand that was big and weird. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Do you think he had the wrong read on Greg and was just 3-bet calling and then saw that size and was like, oh my God, this is just
No, I don't think so. I think were you on? That was just me and Dan. When I said to Dan, I was like, what's going to happen here is Greg is going to 4-bet to 18 million and then he's going to have to fold and not have a decision.
Yeah.
But then he went to 19. So, but I don't think it was that. I think
Greg had what?
I don't think that he was 3-bet calling a jam. I think he just had a bad plan where he was going to 3-bet and hope that Greg doesn't do anything.
And what did Greg have? He just had value?
Kings.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, small blind, big blind. This is interesting as well, right? This little like huge stack, pressured stack, small blind, big blind dynamic.
I mean, he's in third. It's just a call, I think.
Sure.
I'm not surprised to see that fold, honestly. But
I don't think you ever fold that hand even.
It's big blind ante even, right? Which makes it even.
Yeah.
Like you just got to call. But yeah, it does. it's like when you're there, it just feels like you're gonna get ISO'd like 80% or something. It's not true, obviously, but you can like I've been there and I thought this like multiple times, right? This guy's aggressive, especially the way you're describing how he played yesterday, right? Like, and he's just gonna go crazy on me every time here, you know?
Well, he ISOs to literally at like 5 to 7x yesterday.
Okay, but
How deep
now his
was
stacks
the,
are much shallower.
player that he ISO'd?
That was what he was doing. He was using huge sizes to open and to ISO.
Oh, and to open.
Oh, to open.
To open
Blind.
to open small blind versus big blind.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
I've seen people take that approach too.
Yeah.
I
just
think
think
there is
first,
some merit to it.
I just think you don't need to overcomplicate it versus guys like if I
Guys
ISO these
who are
guys.
opening threes at the final table, like why put yourself in that spot? Just play good.
Yeah.
So Queen 4L just gonna put it in here. Is that correct? Just about 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think raise is actually better, and this is good.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. I was gonna say, like, if you're gonna find raises, it usually comes
And
from
then I think that you're in the neighborhood of your hardest to find jams here as Sasky, but there's zero chance we're going to see any of these happen today.
Oh, really? You can actually play back with this with.
I think you can just jam that versus some of these ranges, and if you don't, usually it looks like 9-7 off or Queen 8 off.
Is it just absurd to tree bet because that polar range is going to have a hard time finding any sort of playback too?
Yeah, it's not absurd to 3-bet at all because he'll have to like raise and then call your tiny 3-bet with King 6 offsuit and whatever.
I think that jams, but I think I can see him having like Queen Deuce pure, 10 Deuce pure, 10 Trio pure, you know, that type of stuff that is like a little bit ugly to jam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of that same conversation though. Like he can't simplify to the extent that he doesn't have hands that he can like raise small and call a small 3-bet with, right? In theory, he can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants now, but like,
you
know what?
But it is the same conversation, right?
Do you remember, Nick, when it was some huge FT on GG and someone found the most savage Queen 8 shove that everyone's like, this guy's got to be.
It was.
Oh, someone just wrote about it. Yeah.
It was Moritz Dietrich.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I work with his group now, and I know that he's just really good and
nailed it. Sam.
But and also when we did that, Ike like had a perfect explanation for why, and it's a sick play. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the plug, Manuel.
What did Manuel?
You put my Substack in there.
That's why you left yesterday. We noticed you couldn't get that to work because you were just like, fuck it, I can't plug my Substack. I'll see you guys later.
No, I put it in, didn't I? I thought I put the link in.
It's a really good Substack.
Thanks, brother.
Like reading some poker stories. If you've missed the golden era like I did, you'll never know what it was like. Just read some John G. Substack. Small blind 10-9 suited facing button open. Given how wide he's opening. Yeah, finds the shove.
That's actually, I mean, I didn't necessarily expect to see that one.
I didn't either, to be honest.
Like, I don't even think
it's the finish guy, right?
I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't even think that. How much did he have? Like, that's more of like a
36 mil.
12 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can go in with 10 high with 12 and a half, right?
Definitely can if you lock him to like 640.
Yeah. 12 and a half facing the button open.
Was that Greg's big blind too?
Let me see.
No,
it was Gags. It was Gags. And
how deep was Gags?
Same depth, 39 mil, 39.5. So
then I mean, because if I'm Lucas is probably skipping some of the like 8s raise call, you know what I mean? And so he's like probably 10 plus for trap, and he's ETP maybe for bluff.
I thought he would just shove this, to be honest, the Jack 7
How deep was the big blind?
Same depth, almost like 13, 14. He has 39.5.
Wow.
So it's a shove spot for button, like really high frequency, right? But he opened a Jack 7-0. So, yeah.
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, I don't. I mean,
It
9,
is.
10, 9, 10, 10 high is going to be really far off there. But yeah, I mean, they're both 13. I guess Lucas should just be open
Almost.
ripping a ton there.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? About that spot. It's such a different RFI you're going to face there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are going to miss
the.
a lot of people just miss the hard shoves there too, man. Like unless you're really extremely studied elite player, like you're just going to 2x way too much probably. So I can definitely get behind the 10-9 jam for sure.
Everyone's missing the light traps too. Like the ace-9 suited is just going to jam. He's not going to raise call it.
Even a hand like king queen suited, or like I can see someone just like wanting to just rip it instead of like it's like what we were talking before, right? You got to think about when big blind defends, and yeah, of course.
In that one, a lot of times an easy trick for to find your like raise, like what you're talking about, is like you'll raise a random, like if they were like 12 and 13, your random raises for what the purpose that Breno is saying will just be like king 8 off because he defends the offsuit 8 in the big blind.
Yep.
But you don't need actual good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just track that, and then you mostly jam. If I was Lucas, I wouldn't feel bad about raising or jamming the Jack 7. He probably actually was probably right there. That's probably like the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Bowie Effect in chat said Jumalang got the ICM wet dream stack distribution here now. Yeah, that's true. That's
Bowie Effect. If it's the real Bowie Effect, he fucking knows how to play this stack.
I was gonna say a savage dude flavors him all the
Sub
time.
him in.
Is Jack 7-0? Is Jack 7-0 shoved there?
I think I'm guessing it's a raise.
Yeah.
We might have a way to figure that out.
I'm saying
we surely do.
13 and 13 final table.
It wasn't 13-13. It was 13-15, 13.
Oh,
something. It wasn't exact.
I'm on board with the raise then.
Push.
I like shove too, to be honest. Yeah.
$100, Nick?
Oh, I mean, I think it's probably in GTO lab or whatever. It's a shove, but like I think it's probably worth the same. It's probably
you're saying he's doing better. He's going into gags and a guy who opened threes. I don't think it's overperforming to put extra raises in.
I guess I'm saying it's like the bottom, and so it's probably not very different. Like I would raise Jack 6.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I wouldn't be shocked if Jack 5 shows.
Yeah, I mean, I think like down at like offsuit queens, at least offsuit queen 5 is definitely shoving there, and then yeah, that's like pure theory.
I got something decent.
Mueller quick fold ace 3.
I've got.
Oh, wow! Yeah, wow! I'm surprised by that. It was what position was he up in? It was.
Is it lab, Nick? You can share screen if it's lab.
Labby is sure.
Okay, so it was under the gun. It was hijack open, right? And then he's in the big line with a super pressured stack and an offsuit ace. So it does.
This up here. Yep, I fucked this up.
Where is it? You share the screen?
Can you see you guys right now?
You see just us, not the screen.
Yeah.
Labby?
No.
You see lab?
Now I see myself in John. And there's a big thing in the middle. Oh, it's loading. Hold on. Okay, I see. Yeah, see lab, but it's but I see it.
I think we can put that together, kind of.
This one is way more pressure on the blinds because average 27, and it's a big chip leader on the button, 12 and 13. Jack 7 is in there. Jack 6 is a mini.
And
my
King 4 comes back alive. So it feels indeterminate, but probably raise better.
And my king 8.
You hit it, yeah. So what was the reasoning again? It's just the defend range, yeah. You dominate,
Therefore, their first line of offsuit pure defend is your random good raise.
Yeah, and we just saw a spot where like the big blind was super short and had to defend like 9-7 offsuit there, right? So yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
Let's see.
So
That
some
one
of those spots
was.
raise full.
Is this big blind empty, by the way, Nick? What you're looking at, and like live payouts or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to raise full
We haven't
something.
clicked online sims since GTO Lab started.
You got to click something. I got to get out of here now.
Yeah, you do.
Where's my stuff?
Help.
We're good.
Yeah, money's going in.
I mean,
Mueller.
I'm all in on Mueller, man. I'm rooting for him.
Really? I like the King 9 reshove that he did, the Hammouk guy. Kind of rooting for him. But
I don't know. I'd like to see some epic post flop hands with Jumalon and someone, and it's not going to be Greg. So go Hamoud.
I don't know. I just like the story.
you like the hockey rail.
Hockey guy, old school pro.
That is a good story. That's a very good story.
He's got
Free
the guy.
bracelets.
Hockey guy holding Wayne Gretzky's. That was a famous hand back in our apartment.
Sounds like he's lived
99.
enough of a life. Go Hamoud.
You think Mueller, he's done? He doesn't deserve anything else. That's enough. Okay, fair enough. Mueller's had enough.
Someone else's turn. Seems like a pretty blessed fella.
I was saying yesterday, even though I'm not like superstitious or anything, I could not have people like holding me during my all-ins.
Like hugging, like you just,
Yeah,
are you
like
okay with being
touching
around people?
my shoulders and stuff, and like feeling bad for me if I lose it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that would not be good. Being pitied for being unlucky is not fun.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like,
But what if you win? Then you're already you're already hugging your friends.
Do we know what Shadow is about?
It's just, I think it's just that's a
Shadow
Shadow
Creek.
Creek golf hat. So
That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
thought too. That's a lot of
sick.
people.
Nick was trying to say serious stuff, and that guy would show up on screen every time.
Yeah, I was talking about kind of like how you split your ranges or something, and then this guy just popped up. And I mean, no one can relate to that guy more than me. See, look how happy he is. How can
He's
you not
really
root for that?
happy. Okay, that's fine. He's won me over with that. Yeah. It's hard. The stack's looking now. I wish we could get update on it. Because that shift's massive. Like that shift is just like
Even
crazy.
on even for seasoned pros, that last brick, that's one of the great feelings in poker when you're in a fight, right? Just going and confirming. Did you see that last minute confirmation? He's like, it was a brick, right? You look back.
Oh my god, I didn't see it. So I was stuck watching the same dude when you're taking his shirt off. But he did like a check. Like, was it a brick?
He's like, river brick. Yep. Best feeling in the world.
That's funny.
So
Gax, easy fold. Yeah, Gax has made like no mistake except
yeah,
that.
he actually really got dealt no spots.
Yeah.
And actually he
It
got
was a close spot. I still don't know how I feel about it. Felt really
What?
close. Remember while I was on last night, he had an ace king suited that in theory would definitely be a raise, but he shoved. But I mean, he knows it's a raise. He chose to deviate.
Yeah. But like we saw Juma on like flat 3-bets with 6-7 suited. So I don't know where. Do you want that or do you want to just take it down?
That's what I'm saying. I think take it down. You were kind of saying got to squeeze because the back jam from ace queen, but I think you're going to see too many overcall. Yeah, I like it down slightly.
What we saw from Lucas later was that he's definitely willing to put in huge chunks of chips pre-flop with bad hands.
Yeah.
Like he called Greg. He raised to 4 million at 1-2. Greg made it 18 million from the small blind with like less than 30 big blinds total, and he called with 6-7 suited. So
that's what I'm talking about, the irrational final table confidence. That's what it comes like. I've felt that before.
coming from someone who has actually made the same play, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. I know what that feeling is like, where I'm just like, we'll figure it out later, but like let's play post flop. That's my edge.
No, I know. Like I'm just making sure everyone knows that you're not even criticizing him because you came from the same frame of mind before.
Yeah. I feel like those are the people I can most accurately criticize, are like the guys who are doing what I've done many times.
I wonder what he's gonna do here. If he's gonna just rip, or is he gonna play some raises, and how big he's going.
Yeah, I think
looks like he's raising.
You kind of want to raise this one, right?
Good
save.
Yeah. What size are we going to see?
I think he's just going to shove.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to put it in too. But I think, again, really, like, not unreasonable at all to find a 3-bet versus a aggro dude. It's off, like, how many? He has 16 bigs, right?
Jessica's mentioning how he's 22. His prefrontal cortex is not fully developed yet. That is accurate.
Who said that?
Jessica Veerling.
Oh, yeah. She was chirping yesterday, too.
All right. He hit the raise. 16. I love it. I
like it a lot, too. If
you can induce a freaking click. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. And he's got this distorted, polar, hard to play range, you know. I'm not convinced this is just a raise, to be honest. But if Nick says it's a raise, probably correct. But you know,
you guys think that, like, you think in the solver that Joe Milan's like click and fold is meant to be 5-4-0 here? I feel like you see that so often.
I think it's close. I think
Oh,
John, what you just said, yes, it's in the neighborhood.
He called. Okay, call is definitely not.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's how small did he make it?
He went to 16 over 7, but I mean, this is the only hand that you're gonna see, and we don't even, going into it, you didn't expect him to have ace king O doing this. So if it's the range you actually thought, I think this is wild.
16 to 7.
He's finding something.
He's gonna just lead all in.
No, he's gonna lead all in, Nick. He bets 10.
That's
third. Sick. Yeah, it's pretty 6-5 ace king, man. Now that you've induced, which I did like, and I wouldn't know what to do either.
I would get out. I mean, like, what would he have for a bluff? It would be 6-5 suited. That makes no sense because he would have jammed.
Yeah, but the thing is, the range is so wonky, John. He can have like 9. He can have like 8. I don't know, like just some really, really wonky stuff, like Jack
Queen 8 off, but he would have shoved, right?
That's what I'm saying. All the things you're coming up with, they would have just ripped. I'm folding here. This is like, he just has a hand that you never expect him to have in a spot where it's impossible to find the bluff, because every time you say a jack or an 8, it's a hand that would have shoved pre. So you can't really come up with a bluff.
I can come up with like 8 2 suited, 8 3 suited, but like then he has to call preflop, which is that's the thing. Like
they could have just shoved. They were suited.
True. Yeah. Fair.
that Gags picture in the back is great.
I think this hand actually is a shove preflop. I wasn't thinking about how.
There's a 5 big blind stack. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize that there was. This guy's actually.
It worked.
That's wild.
Wow.
That was
crazy one.
Yeah.
I am curious to see a spot that's similar, just to see how hard is the play.
And I don't think. I just paid attention to how short the other two guys are. I don't think you should induce there.
With the ace king O, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like exploit, but like it just backfired.
I would have gone to 17 because I don't think call is ever going to be there. I thought 17 is the play. I think he got
like he should have known though. You played with him all day yesterday. Don't you know this is the guy that calls the 6-7 suitor? Like just don't induce for tech.
But there's nothing that raise calls there. You know what I mean? Like there's just no hand that he's raising as a bluff that calls the re-raise. What we just saw, we would have never predicted.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well, sure. if it went like 2.5 and then the other guy makes it like 4.5, then you see what Lucas just did, right? But that wasn't
slightly small. but I don't think it might just be a shove, might be better, but
No. What I'm saying is Lucas was playing against that like as if he made it 13
sure
or 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like he's got clicked, right?
But he
That's
didn't
what
get
you're
clicked. It's actually
He
like
didn't.
it's pretty
It
big.
was reasonable size. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 2.5. Yeah.
Let me get a drink.
I'll be right back to get some water real quick. I'm listening to you.
Hey guys, let's go through the way the course is organized. It progresses from chip EV all the way down to 3 left. It just follows what playing a tournament would be like and covers all the concepts that come along with that. And each subsection is roughly organized into concepts first and then practical hand history reviews, which are a little bit more fun and where we talk a lot of exploit stuff as well.
Would you have gone 2.5 there into 11 bigs in the big there? I guess he's got Jumelon on the button, but I get 2.5ing or 2.3 into Jumelon, but seems like a big open.
Yeah, I would go something north of.
Was that Joseph he had on his rail?
Yeah. It's also both blinds at 10 and the cutoff at 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all the more reason to raise big, right? Like you're not raised like there's like 3 guys that you're not raise folding a lot to, and the button is the chip leader.
Yeah.
It's not a spot where you're trying to play a bunch of hands.
Yeah. You think you're ace 10-0 plus?
No,
Ace
not that
9.
tight. But
Yeah.
I think because your ace is good to raise and call off versus the cutoff.
How much did the cutoff have?
5.5.
Oh. Finns are going at it. Where's Ellis?
That's the first, by the way.
I was saying
You're right.
yesterday when this guy was playing really good that Ellis coached him, but then he folded ace 10 suited the cutoff, and then I said there's no way Ellis coached him.
Ellis savage, huh? Just good at PLO, good at no learn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is this? I heard this is the first finish ever at a final table main event. I don't know if that's true.
It's a small country, man. It's like a few million
It's
people.
true, and they all play PLO apparently. So
They're a very accomplished group. Ellis is also just like an incredible sportsman. He's like a fantastic golfer, a great tennis player, great at paddle tennis. He just kicks ass.
some guys are just like that, huh? Just good at everything, nonstop.
Only an average sauna guy, though. Been in the sauna a couple times with him. You'd think coming from Finland, he'd last forever, but moderate.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah. Opens.
I mean, I like this with Sasky fresh off a double. He's still trying to get his shit together. Yeah,
You sound like
exactly.
God.
That's a really good live comment, Nick. That I'll keep that in mind next time I play live for sure. This guy's just trying to count his chips.
Where are my chips?
No, seriously. I mean, it's
I
real.
know.
It's real. It's for sure real. I just
Like,
didn't
there's
hear
no
it.
way they got. Well, there are some guys. Like, there are guys that peel king four suited while they're stacking their chips, and they're like, "What was it? 20 million." But like, most people don't.
Yeah, I agree. While your family's waving your flag, you're probably not looking for the loose 3-bet.
So, and then it's Mueller's big blind.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow, it's crazy. Fang and Mueller have just been like, they were just on fumes the whole or yesterday Fang was on fumes the whole time.
That's wild. Mueller is in second. He hasn't like done
Yeah.
anything to earn a single pot, right?
He's been patient.
He shoved King Jack O and doubled and then won that. No. Was that him?
Oh yeah, he
Right.
shoved. He actually made a shove that was too loose, probably with King
Yeah.
Jack off.
It was King Jack off for like 9 bigs, low Jack, right, Nick? I think. Into like, yeah. And then he just doubled, right? You just saw it. So
Circling Raven is a cool name for a golf club.
triple leader just calls here.
Bowie
Just
back.
rip it in.
Picking the Finnish guy for 2050 Linus. What do you think?
2050 Linus. How old is
feel
Linus
like-
right now? I gotta think about.
Linus is young. He's like 30.
He's 31. He's my age. Oh my god,
I mean,
that makes me a little sad.
Isn't this way? We haven't talked about this yet, but isn't this like not call?
What happened?
He called ace 5 suited for like 5 bigs, right? Is that correct? Or it
Low
was more?
jack, hijack. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a call. I don't think it's a call. I think you're right. And then if you're gonna call it, shouldn't you just rip?
No, I mean I think you play a lot of calls.
Okay. It's just like ace 5 suited specifically to me
Yeah.
sounds like a hand that kind of benefits.
I would agree.
I think it just seems like a little
Like 2-3 pips to lose.
Little loose.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Like at these spots, they mostly play call. I know that. It's just like if you're ace 5 suited exactly, it's just like, yeah. Looks like he needs a spade, queen, jack, or he's gonna be out. How much is the pay on now?
We're at the 1.75er. This is a nice little jumper. Gags needs this guy out of here. That's a nice
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's 175. Yeah. GG's. This guy really did nothing wrong today, too.
Getting 5-handed is pretty nice when you get that extra milli, right? Is the next one 2 mil?
Let me have it open.
What is it? 2.2?
It's another 500K pay jump. 2.25.
2.25. Yeah, when you come in with a mil locked up, and then you get it to that extra 1.2, that's a big. This is the one where everyone's gonna go home happy, right? Like getting 5-handed.
Yeah. He's not even sad. I like this game.
Yeah, that seems like a great dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. What a guy. Oh,
Really nice moment.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
What a beast.
Sorry, I rooted against that guy. Sorry.
I knew he was the right guy to root for. Fuck.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, even day one,
Okay.
he was laughing. He was laughing for like 10 seconds before he shoved Jack 5-0 in the small. I was like, I like this guy right away.
We're kind of cooking here. We're sleeping on the fact that we're only playing down to 3. Last night was a marathon.
Yeah, you guys were in for a long session yesterday.
We felt bad cutting it early. We were like, hey guys, we're gonna have to shut it down at 2 a.m.
Jesus.
Did you not know that, John? We went till 2
I knew you
a.m.
guys went deep. I didn't. Yeah,
It was 8-handed. All right.
I'm short again for tonight, but I'm in for the heads up tomorrow.
Yeah, you're the heads up specialist.
Yeah, John G isn't here for the heads up. I mean, come on.
Just rip it with the 10s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seems standard.
Don't
Get
have
snap
FBP
called by
ripping ace four suited.
nines. Right.
Don't do that. That's the most bizarre play I've seen from him or anyone at this final table.
Oh,
What?
it's gonna work out
Wow,
well for him.
it's gonna pay off.
Yeah,
It's gonna pay off real
that's
well.
crazy.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's crazy. It's insane.
What if Lucas sniffs it out, dude? Be a fucking hero. Dude,
Whenever he's had a hand, he's been pretty passive.
that's what I mean.
But it is like Nick is saying some stuff. Like, what is that flighting range? Like,
It's a
What
sneaky
is
good
that,
one where you,
right?
like if you, it looks like
He
it's
sniffed
8.
it out.
You know what I mean? Like,
All
he
right.
sniffs.
wow.
Cads might be right. This guy's the future. Here he is. Wait till he's ahead and play a huge pot.
Oh,
There's no,
This guy is the future. All right. What are
He's
the
been
odds
playing
that
poker since his 8.
can we get half?
14 years in the game earns you something.
Can we get 500 chips off Mueller in this hand? Not
I think-
happening, right?
I think he might get a double barrel. No.
What? He's gonna check.
Heather,
Oh.
watch the kid in the sunglasses. He's been playing for 14 years. That's what they said since he was 8.
Puts in the
Yeah, he just-
no.
I heard he's been playing for 40 and he just has Benjamin Button syndrome. Dude, this guy really got himself in one here. This is so bizarre.
It is. What?
Up to the 14-year vet.
What do you even do here with the sevens? You unblock the ace.
You
have
go
a
to
bet and a call in front
8
of you.
mil, right?
Yeah, and you have this crazy chip litter image where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be really aggro with every ace X. Like,
But like
totally-
nobody bluffs here. Also, it's such a
Nobody,
weird
yeah.
spot. I guess you just go to 9.
$18 is a large one with a flopped boat ski.
Holy
I
moly!
agree. It's very large, my friend.
SPR 0.8 on the turn. Is he looking for with the boat?
I guess 10's got out cheap here now, right?
All right, we hate it, but I'm gonna try and make the case for it.
Just
He
looking like he's
doesn't
being a
see it.
savage.
He's just like, look, this is kind of my MO as I go one and done. This is the way to make sure they call with something, and then we'll figure it out from there. But like-
What something is going to call 18, though? That's not an
We're
ace.
saying every ace will call regardless, and then Fang will call with those 8s that I think he has. We'll see if it happens with the 10s, but I would not fold
Oh,
these
he
10s.
calls. Holy shit.
I would call that. I would call those 10s.
Yeah, I mean, now he got himself into a pickle here.
15, a pot of 60. This dude is playing everything. Now, if Lucas checks, I support it. If he bets 10 mil, I support it. If he does anything else,
Yeah, I don't think there's any room for anything else. If you've been playing since you were 8, you'd know that.
yeah. I mean, if he shoves or bets 30, he loses all credit. But
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to.
I think he's gonna find the check. Maybe, I don't know, because like an ace is just gonna pay you off or bet river anyways, and yeah. He like
I would bet
bluffing
10 mil.
here.
I would bet 10 mil.
I think betting 10 mil is very good, but bluffing here has to be just like such an insane zero equity or like a 7 that check raise the flop, like right? Like it's just bets 15, a little bit chunkier than you liked. Reasonable, all right? Like a little too big.
You're saying I still don't fold.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to believe. I get it.
I don't fold
Do
this.
Do you think he's gonna run him?
I don't, but at the same time, it's like chip leader, crazy guy, played insane yesterday from what you were saying. Found lots of aggression, playing everything like John's saying. Like, yeah.
With the 6-4 give up, I feel like if you're Fang, you don't feel like if this is a bluff, he's always following through. 2 calls here is so freaking strong.
This is also it's exactly the board structure to get 2 calls and a lot of give ups too, right? I think if you're gonna because he just always has an ace. Yeah, I can get behind that too. I mean, I hate it pre-flop. I hate that he's in the spot.
Yeah, I have no understanding of that. He seems like a very quality player. I don't know what he was doing with the call.
I mean, there's no one can have a king here, so.
Bowie effect asking for the jam,
Yeah, that would have been savage.
Whoa, look at his face. Yeah, Lucas is like, I can do no wrong.
So crazy, man.
What happened for the rest of that hand?
He snap complained to his rail and then said, "Oh shit!" He like realized he won.
What happened, Nick? So check raise flop, small blind calls with 10s.
No, I saw the huge check raise.
Yeah. Turn went check bet 15 mil, which was a little bit too big. And then
the river. Okay, I see.
River king check. Yeah.
I mean, is he really the future if he doesn't know the value bet there?
That's true.
Dude.
I mean, he loses to an ace now, right?
Dude, that was crazy. That flat was crazy.
It was, yeah. I was just saying, like, John found the logic behind how he played the hand, but it's just like such a terrible spot. Like, that's the thing about pre-flop mistakes. Like, it seems so like, oh, I'm just gonna play 10s as a flat here. It's lower variance, and then you're playing this fucking huge pot where's the chip leader out of position. It's like, oh my god, dude.
I feel like this was one of the first things I told John like a really long time ago when I never had anything of value to say. But one time I was like, isn't it like less variance to go all in? And you were like, oh shit. You have the muted thing going on again.
Yeah, can't hear you, John. Confirm that story, please.
There's something along the lines when in our early days, he loved to flat everything all the time, and I sucked, but I was like, I don't know, maybe if we go all in all the time, it's like we lose less chips.
Test.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Did Nick mention like 5-4 suited in San Jose?
No.
That was the origin. Was we debated for like, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes about a small blind, big blind spot where I like limp called or went limp check, and I had like 5-4 suited with like 17 bigs in the small or something. And Nick like jamming, and I made the argument, lower the variance, blah, blah, blah. And when you really look at the whole thing, like jamming was maybe a tiny bit more variance. And that's the thing that comes up so often in some of the kind of bigger jams, is that when you look at it and how much you're risking with, defending or limp calling or whatever, you incur variance. You're just kind of delaying it or pushing it down to the next street.
It's just like a more comfortable form of it, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't actually like.
You have more control, right? That's the only thing that changes.
Yeah, you feel like you got to flop a draw and lose your chips by calling 2 and missing than you do by like, yeah.
And we came up at an age where like 4-bet jamming for more than 38 bigs was like unheard of. So you really felt like you were taking the tournament out of your hands if you did such a thing. I remember still when you started telling me, you're like, hey, I've been looking into it, and there's like spots where you just kind of squeeze jam for 50 out of the small blind. And I just said, all right, so I'm probably done playing this game. That sounds fucking stupid.
But you can go to all the highest stakes tournaments in the world and never see anyone do it to this day.
That's somewhat true.
I mean, not no one, but it still is kind of like people know it, and then when it comes down to it, they're like, but J&T was in the big blind, so I called. It's like, or you just didn't want to shove.
I want to watch
I think-
on Gags. I never hear him talk.
I think live too makes it extra painful to take those. By the way,
No,
online
I mean,
you see it all the time.
People don't do it. I'm not saying it's bad or good. Like, I think you should just play the game the right way, but no one does it still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Orpin is a guy that like came to the game kind of late and was like trying to play the game the right way. And he would, whenever he found, he was like, "How come I never see anyone do this?" And I'm like, "Your guess is as good as mine, man."
Chill a little bit more. It's definitely nice.
Look at Gags, the family guy.
To decide sometimes and focus on the kids, and it's a lot of fun. And it's a nice break. Yeah, water this one that has plants in it. Part of the reason we picked this house is because it has a very nice backyard. I was big into
I had no idea he was 42.
I think I heard 41, but yeah,
Damn, Gags lives in paradise.
that's a nice place to live in, man.
It is.
If only
I
you guys
seem
could
like
play
quality,
online
dude.
poker.
What state is he? Is he in Pennsylvania or Jersey?
Is it? I thought he's Jersey guy.
Yeah, he is. But I wonder, a lot of those guys. Oh wait, I guess Jersey plays online too. Yeah. Got a hound dog. Left his job as a teacher. I wonder
What do
what
you
he taught.
teach? What do
I
you
know
teach?
that.
Same thing.
Did you know TVK Taylor von Kriegenberg? He left poker for like 3 years to teach elementary school.
Yeah, I
And he
knew
was,
that.
like, too political, and then came back to poker and playing nosebleeds.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
We got some shorties causing some pressure here, boys.
Yep.
And we got the runaway. This is a cool spot to watch how Jumon's gonna play.
Yeah, it's exactly the stuff we were talking about. Right?
Yes, Jessica, because I know you don't have the stream. Hafeng flatted Greg Mueller from the small blind with 23 bigs with pocket tens, and a crazy hand ensued.
You know, John, you were kind of right. Like maybe that giant check raise was just smart because it's like, if I'm going to get paid, get me paid now. Yeah.
I think it's meta. I would be very surprised if he thought, oh, 9 is impossible to do. I think he just didn't think like, hey, that's what you would do if you have a 7x and decide to have the balls.
He made a bluff with like a top pair in a 3-bet pot when there were before the final table, when there was like final 2 tables, that showed that he's thinking about like mergy stuff. Like maybe I get called by kings with a spade and make him fold ace jack. Where
he's probably really good at metagame.
He's
definitely thinking about a lot of different stuff like that.
Yeah. That was like
maybe it was
that was
just
how
like
I would play
completely.
Sunday Mill back in the day. Was exactly
This
that.
is a nice find. I mean, like,
Yep.
this is really hard to do in the moment. You got it. Also, this button should just shove, right? Or not raise.
Yeah,
Actually,
it strikes me as like queen
I think
jack
it's
O for
yeah,
sure
no,
shoves.
that's a shove.
Right.
That's a shove.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like it's either a fold or just not a 2x. You know.
I would. No, I mean, I think that one actually you probably would be. I think like 2xing Jack 9 off would be a good play there.
Okay. So you are okay.
Dewey Tomko was a kindergarten teacher, which probably came in handy.
He was. I thought he was a taxi driver.
No, he was a kindergarten. I remember. Yeah, he was a teacher.
Oh.
And the whole thing about Dewey Tomko was most patient player on a short stack. Nobody plays a short stack like Dewey. He just waits until he's got 2 big blinds.
Folded a 10-5 offsuit here on the button there.
This has been
I have
cruise
no idea
control.
how much he's supposed to VPIP there, to be honest, but it's really aggressive strategy, I'm sure.
Well, when the big blind is the shortest guy, it is your chillest spot, right?
True. And it's the one pro, the one like good player there.
And Sasky ripped 9-10 suited for 12.
Yeah.
So like, And also giving Gags a walk there and is like fine for Lucas, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants.
Let's hear from Hamoud.
With your rail. The Mueller rail is singing the Canadian national anthem. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. Just grateful, a lot of gratitude. What a run, man. Oh my God, what an experience. Like, honestly, to be able to share this with all my friends and family, it's no words. This will change my life. Like, I will always look back at this with the highest
I got one of those.
And I'm just so happy. You know,
Playground belt.
I played very well, but today I was really locked in. Listen, the gods didn't pick me today, and that's okay. They had picked me for 9 days. It was time for someone else, and you know what? It couldn't have gone to a better player, better person than Mueller. Keep it in Canada, baby. I'm rooting for him right now.
You mentioned that this was life-changing from a satellite win to this score. What does that score do for your future, not just in poker, but also in life?
It's not, when I say it's life-changing, it's not even the financial. It's really the experience. I have a lot of doubts about myself. You know, imposter syndrome is a big thing for me, and to be able to see myself compete at the highest level, right? Or not the highest level, but like compete under the pressure, right? Something I never knew if it would work out or not. Even like, for example, like, oh, if you would interview me, like, would I look good or not? Like things like that. And I'll be able to like have like such a strong sample.
I fucking love this dude, Hamoud. What a beast.
And the money's nice
Is
too,
this the
man.
spot to ever fold nines, Nick? By the way, this guy just tried to pull her open, got jammed on. Does he go for it twice? And he does have the aces this time.
As we see Han Feng opening to 6 million here off of 25, the 3-bet comes from
Jesus, Greg just full on putting in like, I have no idea. What do I do?
That's a crazy spot. I mean,
In fairness, like Hafeng never has a decision behind, I guess.
Given that it's coming from Saskiolati on the button,
I mean, not.
3-bet.
Yeah, I mean, still to the.
dude, he just tried to pull her open and it didn't work. I feel like he just like has it like way disproportionate here, and like no one's been taking these like polar RFIs this final table. We just saw one with Jack 10-0.
Yeah, but
like,
he did this with 10 yesterday with Queen 9 suited from the same spot.
okay, he did it. Yeah, okay.
The bigger pot behind him is between
Would this be a spot to fold the nines there? Do you think ever? If you're up player versus like a solver playing very solid range.
Yeah, well, I mean, the pocket pairs are not great when they have
These
the,
are, quick side note, these are great spots. If you're Hafeng, you're using whatever like demeanor you think looks like you're out of there. So I love studying people in these situations because they're being on like this is their exact, especially in the high stakes. They're employing whatever it is.
and for a PSA to everyone out there, do not do anything if you're like do not try to look like you're out of there because it's
People
most
love doing
obvious.
the nonchalant, the eye roll. The
Yeah,
little,
they're fucking. They got their eyes in the rafters. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah.
Just please be normal. No, I
Mueller's
mean,
What do you
not
guys think?
looking at it at
What
all
do you
either.
think he's gonna do? Do you guys know him better?
Breno, I
It's
think
interesting that
8-9
Mueller just never looks at Hafeng. He looks above him.
8s and 9s are probably not very fun here because that's ace 8 and ace 9 is maybe part of that range, and he's just going to shove any pocket pairs that you or fold them that you beat. So
So
to
then
your
you're
point
up
there,
versus value that's king's plus, queen's plus, and
your removal versus the folding range is bad.
mhm.
It's not a crazy idea. I mean, it could just be.
And then no, it's jacks. Oh my god, man. Yeah.
You want me to call?
I mean, like if you were Hafeng and you had,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't jacks yourself or something like, and you did this. Now you wouldn't have. What's that?
Rule one day.
Hafeng doesn't have jacks, I don't think.
Really get it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's
Into Mueller,
just-
you might say that, yeah, you know what, metagame wise.
he just flatted 10s off 23 big blinds in the small blind.
And he's last too. He's last in chips now, so I can see him like inducing why there because of that.
Mm.
Like even though he's tied. But yeah,
That's fair.
I think most people would jam jacks, but you know.
Make it through 9,000 players.
The Brazilian commentators are just saying like, "Oh, it's jacks, just snap full." There's no.
So
just
it's like a
because
funny
jacks.
spot. Like if you can see everything, it's like slightly making money for Mueller here. Like it's definitely making chips, but I think it's still good.
I think nines could just be like a pure fold
Wow.
when ace nine is the steal, right?
Yeah.
He immediately cheers, but he hasn't seen Sasuke's hand yet.
It's brutal when it's ace king somehow and you fold the jacks, right? Then
it's never. Oh, you mean it's never. It's not ace king. Well, I mean, he has to have ace king suited.
Yeah, ace king suited versus ace king off. I meant, when it's specifically that, it's kind of brutal. But then also
making a good comment here, talking about the efficiency of the small 3-bet with nines versus the open.
How much did he have in the small? He had
20.
Lowry's feeling finished. They make sets all the time, these guys.
Which nerd said that in our chat?
Andrew got it. Andy.
That's what it's like studying with Devoris every day. Every 3 minutes is like, shouldn't you leave something back? Shouldn't you be like 40% of your stack here?
It's really funny to me.
Brenna, I think you nailed it, dude. I think nines is actually like the secret, like fold.
Yeah.
You just block the ace nine, right?
Yeah, and never beat a pair.
Yeah.
And then if you think most people are not folding the nines, is jacks
You're always debating the jacks now. You just got angry.
Yeah.
Well,
dude, everybody needs a 7 here.
I just feel like the Feng would just always have it in this spot specifically when he just tried something polar than it was.
Yeah, you weren't even talking about cards, right? You're just talking about like game flow.
Yeah.
Mueller would have been Gonski.
Oh, mamacita.
Oh, Jesus.
Good night.
Gags.
Gags just backed into fourth playing, just rock solid. Didn't get
a single spot.
He didn't get a single spot.
Yeah, play perfect.
The only spot he could have possibly done something was like make a terrible 4-bet with ace 10 and win the pot. Like he folded, he just raised folded. That was the only spot that he could have done something.
Does Joseph still play poker? I haven't seen Joseph in forever.
Nah, he does not.
Oh.
I think he took his talents to sports.
Leon told me he was all in on Fartcoin. I don't know. I think he's really into trading.
Dude, Mueller's like, I knew it was a good fold. Fucking Queen River.
I'm at 10%.
I knew he was going to make a straight.
By the way, the sim that you looked was nines making the nerdy tree bet you said DeForest would say, and that Bowie effect pointed out. Was it doing that or is it just jamming?
I think Nick's on breakski.
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna fill my water real quick too.
Mastering chip EV post-flop. Which board should you c-bet and which should you check? How often and with what sizes? Where should you keep bluffing and where should you give up? All of this is included in the GTLR basic plan for $25 per month. You get study mode and chip EV post-flop practice. Start with the simplest spot, such as razor versus big blind, and gradually move on the free positions, 3-bet pots, and blind versus big blind. Remember, practice makes perfect. The time you invest in studying directly affects your V. As a result, your profit. Upgrade to the basic plan and train post-flop chip EV.
Okay guys, let's go through the way the course is organized. It progresses from chip EV all the way down to 3 left. It just follows what playing a tournament would be like and covers all the concepts that come along with that. And each subsection is roughly organized into concepts first and then practical hand history reviews, which are a little bit more fun and where we talk a lot of exploit stuff as well.
Looks like the John G show. A couple of empty seats. Hit me with your questions.
I need a snack.
I can help you with that. What are the options at Frank and Marge's?
We lost our snack guy. He's busy tonight.
Divorced?
Okay.
The options in my office are pistachios.
Nicky
Hate
Healthy Boy.
pistachios.
Dan snacked for 7 hours last night.
Yeah. Manuel was
You took
telling
him
me.
past his bedtime.
What's that?
You took him past his bedtime. Dan's a early morning creature.
I am too.
True.
I am not. Wish I was.
What time are you going to bed these days, Bruno?
Now I'm well, now with a kid, that's 1 month and 1 year, 8 months old. I'm a morning creature now, but not by choice. But yeah. I used to go to bed at I've always been like that. Just go to bed at 1, 2 every time.
My favorite is 9 to 4:30. But I usually do, lately I've been doing 10 to 5 or 6.
Alex
That's really solid.
is asking, how do you prepare for a tourney? Just the main thought process, an hour before a tourney. I would say whatever, it's person to person. So we've played a lot. So being calm is going to be natural for us. But if you feel at all nervous, whatever calms you down, meditation, taking a walk, not thinking about poker. The one thing I would say is don't cram that hour before a tournament. Probably shouldn't be any learning of new things. To pitch our own product in a way that I actually agree, I'd say if you know what kind of depths you're playing, just do a little practice mode pre-flop. That's if that calms you down, that might be nice. But the hour before a tournament, I don't think should be anything intensive. Just whatever makes you feel good and anticipate playing a long day.
I agree. If you're playing a final table specifically, just going over distribution real quick, just figuring out a game plan really quickly, right? How you're gonna play, etc. That also helps a lot. But we discussed this briefly too at the beginning, me and Nick. About
Another time,
these huge spots.
I like lead, but I don't like the size. Lucas is. I like coming out and poking him, but he just seems to want to play less streets.
I kind of disagree here, John. I think everyone's going to make the mistake and peel way too much high cards here under high risk. And I think the bigger size is actually really nice to put ace king indifferent, king. I don't know if it's indifferent, but
you think ace king's going to fold to him?
No, but I think king queen calls, snap calls a tiny bet and has to consider something here. And this raise is
it's a great raise.
Yeah,
it's great. These typically you don't see them whatever, quote unquote, what's supposed to happen or whatever. But if Lucas is playing a way where he's just going to lead this spot every time with all this random stuff,
then it's good. Yeah.
If he wants to actually play tough, he needs to jam or call his hand here, and he isn't going to do it.
See, this is where I would lead small again as Lucas just to get that king queen fold. I would.
But now you're gonna get jammed on a bunch, and you're in this spot with a pair and an open end, or I don't know.
Dude, I feel like
if Sasky has it, he's gonna probably shove anyway. So
True.
I think
I
12
mean,
mil.
if he's,
to get
but then
the
you can always fold then, right, John? Because it's never
but
like what's
Yeah,
bluffing.
I promise I'm
that.
not even just looking at their cards. I think no matter who the other guy on the other end of this is, if I'm Lucas here in this situation, after I lead that flop and do something, whatever, and I
we
get
got it.
raised,
Here we go.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
he's gonna call.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm out too, Nick, for sure.
Like I'm out on the flop.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I like that. I think I've been studying these spots. If it's like the actual traditional, if the flop was like 5-4 deuce instead of that, then tens couldn't really raise because he just gets shoved on by a bunch of equity, and it's pretty bad to call with high risk,
Yeah.
But in this spot, in such a dry board, you can raise if you're like really shallow, right? If you're like whatever.
I think technically, if you looked at it, he would probably just be jamming, but
There's no way he's folding his tens. This is crazy.
I think it would be insane to fold here. I think
if he folds here and then also
he is the new
ace king happened, this kid really is the chosen one, and Pat was right.
Yeah. It's for the same guy, right? I just noticed. Yeah, it's the same guy. It's ace king. It's the.
If this somehow works out, Lucas can hit me up for a trade next year. He can take my backing deal. I'll just stay home. He's just going to the big league straight away. They're going to have a little chat about it.
Do you have it?
Do you have it? What are you doing, man? Why so much? You think that's what he said? Why so much?
Oh, it's looking like he's gonna fold. Why raise then? Just call it off, hold it down then, man. Like I don't get it.
I mean,
If you didn't want to blow up the
9-7.
plot and get
SPR1, you could just be jamming a 9.
a 9. I guess it's a little bit of a stretch to me. I would put him a little bit more polarized, John, but I think he can jam equity, right? Like he can.
Basically, what I would say is, if I knew
he's saying
if I knew Lucas had a 9, I would guess he would jam at a quarter of the time, and there's infinite 9s in this line.
Oh, he called it.
He's called. Now I'm on board with how he played it. If he folded, I mean, would have really hit it.
Dude, this is a huge pop.
Yeah.
Yep.
200 mil chips almost. It's 60
Gags
bigs in the middle.
Gags just sitting there.
Gags is like,
please. It's a big pay jump right now, right? It's a
these are now huge jumps.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what I said, like do you think this guy's bluffing Lucas on the flop there?
Sure, there could absolutely be some bluffs. The kid is just remember, yeah, I do. I do think that I don't think it's an easy decision versus the raise. I do really dislike the big lead. I know what you're saying, Breno, but I think small lead.
He holds. Big shift. Yeah. I totally get it too, John. I've been back and forth on this, by the way. I feel like, sometimes like because the leads also happen.
He just seems to keep wanting to play less streets, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
With the chip lead and the pressure, like extend things.
I'll say this, it's really bad for his hand, right? To bet big and face raise.
Yeah.
Wait, I think Breno, what you're saying would almost be like if I just had a total air ball, I'd be happier about. But I don't. If I have a pair, what do I care? I mean,
well, let's switch to an actual scenario where
point to him after he won the double up. He just looked at him like, "I'm coming for you."
Dude, Sasky's been my guy the whole time.
This is where all the Finns live in Spain. Head of a sales and sales for a packaging company. The guy plays polo. He's not worried about the money.
Those are all rich people hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photography, polo, living in Spain.
The packaging company. That's pretty vague. Head of sales for a packaging company. Gags is thrilled about that clean river.
Mueller ace 9-0 has to open, my friend. Into all
Again,
the big
like-
stacks.
I mean, Mueller
No.
can just Mueller might just rip this. Right?
That's too tight, man. I'm sorry.
What
I know the
just
page
happened?
ends are big, but
Did he fold
Just-
ace 9 on the button?
yeah.
Mamacita.
Now this is really gonna tell a story too. This is because like he still has that threshold where he has so much pressure on Sasky, right? He gets to
No,
go
I mean
crazy.
not really. Like yes, but it's not like he can't get it in light for 65
yeah.
big blinds.
For sure, yeah. Can get it in light, but he still gets to like, you know.
Well, what usually these look like is like more of a
Is it a gentleman's
chippy-
game already, or is it just like more?
more of a chippy shape of like having some raises but not going crazy.
Okay.
See if he slows down here.
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense
they're-
because you're
it
out of
doesn't make
position too, right?
it doesn't make any sense to be able to raise garbage like crazy if you're not going to play really loose like value thresholds and like crazy post flop, which doesn't make sense for Juman to do that in this scenario, right? Because they have a
Mm-hmm.
if you
This
add
is
up the
not
amount of,
switching gears. He's got a very chill out hand, and he just
He's
continues to
betting,
tap
yeah.
around.
And I feel like if you're gonna bet this flop too, I mean, I would have sized up to be honest.
No.
I'm okay
yeah.
with. I think this means he's just going to chill. I think he was just trying to get the old king 5 to fold. Not that
He
it
does
would
get the
have.
queen.
you still want to chill out if you're playing a really
Yeah,
heavy
look how-
RFI.
Look how quick he checked too.
Yeah, yeah, you had
He's
to
just been
read.
used to
Perfect.
like these little pokes working a lot, and so I think it doesn't feel right to him to not at least try.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with you. By the way, Nick, I just assumed he would play like that. I don't know what's correct there at all.
No, I mean I think they have how many chips are in play? There's 480,
280 plus 180.
550. Sorry, 650. No, I'm right?
Yeah, there's like a little bit less than 600, I think, 600 million chips in play, and they have
all of the chips together.
chips. Yeah.
Like you don't play that spot by leaning on the other guy.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Sasky's hitting Mueller's rail. He's got a lot of spice.
Great personality too.
Draymond Green, who got the cards in the air earlier today and then got them in the air against the grinder.
Grinder's living his best life.
Said he snatched one, but two to watch. Then we'll look at some two-sport athletes. The other sport, of course, we're referring to is poker.
I mean, I guess in this one with Gags actually being so short and it being top heavy, he could raise a bunch, but then chill out post flop.
Is he so like jamming is ridiculous, right? For 60
I mean, you might see it in some stuff.
But Gags should never raise with Jumalan, and the way Sasky's acting, I would never play like extra raise bluffs. Although he's got Carry Cat Senior to contend with for the move up.
Wait. I was talking about the last spot before.
Yeah, I was talking about the last spot too. Yeah, I was talking about jamming the blind v blind spot.
I was saying that like blind versus blind, Jumalan could just like raise a bunch, but then chill out post flop and not try to run him over.
I thought you said
it would also be like a spot where it does make sense to size up and reduce the SPR a little bit more.
Jumalan
right?
just folded 10-9-0 on the button.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Dude.
What? And now Sasky has to do something with 5-3.
Didn't you say something the other day, Nick, about the great ones will go extreme in both directions?
He said it today to me. But
I don't think this is okay. Well, yeah. I mean, what did Gags have there? 8?
Yeah, at least 8 behind or 8. I don't know which is.
I don't think when he's in that far of last place and you're like a monster button with another big stack, that's that crazy.
I don't think it's.
I mean, it's definitely bad. It's definitely wrong, but it's not like the craziest idea that you don't want to lose chips to Gags or whatever because you like the status quo. But you have enough chips to just like.
I just feel like it's still like at least.
I want to hear Hafeng in case he says anything about these 10s.
Oh yeah.
He likes his 10s in.
Didn't trust it. That was
my
fault. I didn't trust myself this tournament, and it didn't work out. So that was unfortunate. With that said, what's the future look like for you, Barcelona? You're just on.
But like, does anyone ever pick up on the fact that it was the only time it didn't work out? I trusted myself this whole tournament. Is everyone who got to the final table because there's a survivorship? Like,
yeah,
I don't know how.
It's just one of the narratives what you tell yourself, right?
I would just think. After 20 years of us seeing like a couple of horrible players make the final table every year, and some of them like Jerry Yang win, you'd be like, well, it doesn't actually mean I did anything right to get here. So let's hang on with that idea.
I just don't see how he can like the 10s when.
Yeah,
I think
I don't mind them post flop. I think that was.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I just think it's a range that has 0 bluffs all the way through. So that's the problem for me. But yeah,
maybe.
I think Jumalan with a 9-10 just got confused about what he's supposed to do versus short stack in the big, right? But like clearly you just call it off with 9-10.
Yeah, I feel it's at least 10-7 offsuit would. I mean, at least to me, it seems like still an opener. But yeah.
No, but I think you want to actually just raise bigger and like call it off with 9-10.
Oh yeah. I 100%, yeah, for sure. I like that. And then big blind would have to make some tough folds pre, make some tough calls. Put it in linearly. Yeah.
Jumalan folded 6-2 suited in the big. Was that to a min?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's got a momentum thing. You know what I mean? He definitely, like, when things are going well, he's pushing the pedal, and he just kind of chilled out a couple times.
I mean, that's just like the widest defense spot you could find, right?
And he loves the leads too. He still gets to do it, at least some boards, not on 9 deuce 4, but yeah. Yeah, it was a min. It was a min, John. When he folded. I was saying, like, a lot of the times we'll see, going back to the 4-3 hand, a lot of the times we'll see actual leads happen a lot on, like, if it's a paired 9-4-4, for example, right? And often, John, at least in my experience, you see the solver
the paired one,
like
the paired ones go big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is important. Lucas at least knows that you can absolutely play calls here.
Yeah.
It's not impossible that he kind of feels like, look, if after all this raising I call, it's going to be super weak, therefore. So it's nice to see him find the limp.
Sasky has the solver ISO, baby.
Oh, he finds it.
Yeah, but in this situation, this stuff is greatly diminished, right? This is just like much more of a small ISO
No, I mean,
linear value.
Small?
I
think
don't
you're
think
still.
so.
Yeah.
You sure? I feel like this spot you see a lot of like 2.75 from the big blind, heavy linear.
You can
value,
do
a little bit of
Yeah,
bullshit.
you can do both because you never get limp raised. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I'm looking this up. I think you guys are off.
You can never get a limp raise?
It's just
I wouldn't
both.
play big at all. I don't think we do in lab.
It's just both,
Yeah.
I think.
All right.
I mean, both ranges. Like, I would just play 3.5 and have bad hands like this and good hands like King 10 suited.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
It's just that if you decide a hand is good enough to raise, I feel like you just go 3.5 and you're up. You already have the ICM going on, so if you're gonna raise, you're not like raising linearly like you would for chips down to like King 6 suited or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, John, what John's saying is a real thing. Like you have spots where you.
Oh, you do. So that okay.
But like, I'm looking at one now that's kind of.
Yeah, 3.5 and 2.5. Prefer 2.5. Very little bullshit. 920 not fine. Like, tiny fractions of that, but it's linear value. Like, totally reasonable to do this.
It's just lower. I mean, I'm looking at one that's like 72, 78, 33, 15, and it only goes 3.5 and ISO's 50% and just uses everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
do whatever you want.
Yeah,
I think doing something that you can execute really well is really important, honestly. So, yeah.
I love checking the 4 flush versus a random dude that ISO'd me in the big blind.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, especially with a pair, but like.
Yeah. A pair and a flush that's like. Right.
All right. That's the one biggers. Seems fine from a
I don't know. I feel like people fuck around way more versus check in this spot.
Sure. I mean, this is all whatever. Lucas has been playing with this guy. In his head, he's seeing this dude fist pumping in his face and pointing at him. I think he's just got it. I think he's decided this is what's going to induce, and he might be right.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's true. It's not impossible. It still raises, right? That's very true.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
I think Checky does.
I mean, it feels really bad to check down 9 high there for sure. So yeah, I agree. Checky probably does.
I just like checking versus a guy like that because he's never gonna think like when you bet tiny like that, he can start thinking like, oh, this guy's trying to trick me somehow or this or that. And when you check, you're like, oh, this guy's a 7 and he's gonna fold when I bet big.
Here right now, I feel like I'm gonna wake up any minute and they're gonna tell me it didn't happen. So.
Yeah, if there is a spot that's kind of natural to bet small protected, it's a 4 flush one, right? When no money went in. So
87 million off the high water mark, but still over half of the remaining chips in play as Loudy has ace queen now. Come on.
What's up to just wake up, though? That actually didn't happen. Scagliano in again. He's been pretty card dead. The other side of the coin is he is here for.
Gag's like the biggest spot of my life. I've played no poker and made $2.5 million. What a weird game.
he hasn't had a hand. It's crazy. Literally hasn't had a spot.
Right, Gabs' pulse continues to weaken. Now sits with 11 million. Saskilati back up and over 200.
2.7.
Now you don't want anybody but Greg Mueller on this 51 stack. He's going to play it better than anyone in the world.
It is a big pay jump. It's a 1 mil pay jump. Almost. No, it is actually 1 mil. Okay.
Ooh, this could be a collision. This could be a collision. I think Lucas hasn't been feeling the direction things have been going, but like if you were to pick a hand to expect him to reaggress, it would be this.
I think he's just gonna call it.
I think so too, but I mean,
And I don't even know. I might be delayed, but like Sasky should call him, right?
He three bets. He three bets.
Stasky went silly small, 15.
Yeah,
in
way
a pot
too
where you're
small.
like what 26. It's like a 4.5x 3-bet, but I mean, no one's intuitively going to do that. You have to be studied here.
I mean,
This actually, this is actually. Yeah. Okay, he's covered by that much. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He made his life really easy to just call.
Quick call.
Yeah.
Yep. He's trying to play post.
I think it's what you said about the momentum. Now he's like, okay, let's chill a little bit, right?
The 6 deuce fold to not defend versus min was like really telling. That was like one of the bigger gear shifts.
I think it's the momentum thing.
Did these guys? How long is the delay? Did they get to know this type of thing happen?
This probably just checks through a bunch, I guess.
Sorry, Bob. Greg seems like a great guy, but it's not going to stop.
What are they there?
He says you seem to be making fun of Greg Mueller a lot. It's wearing on me. I mean,
I'm not. I said
no,
I'm
you're not. I'm going to continue to. I mean, play wise, in the end, if you are one of the 3 weakest players in the final 100, you're going to get it.
He led.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a great flop to find some leads.
It's a good play. If I had to rank,
that a lot.
If I had to rank Lucas's leads for the last 2 days, I think I'd put this at number 1.
Yeah, I agree. This is the best one I've seen. You're not going to be walking into the pocket 9s, 8s, probably no jack 9 suited.
Yeah, and ace king just has to
great
fold
lead.
too, right? Yeah.
Really nice find.
Mm-hmm. Fairly intuitive one to find, but I like it a lot too.
Yeah, it's not a fun spot to check raise because the c-bet's going to be too strong, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely don't want to be check raising with this setup.
Hey Lab Rats, Daniel DeVoris here. We just opened the GTO Lab Starter Free Plan. You now get to see pre-flop ranges from 10 big blinds all the way up to 200 big blinds, plus unlimited daily practice in the full table pre-flop trainer. You can run as many reps as you want. In my experience, this is one of the best ways to actually get better at pre-flop.
not just looking at the preflop chart once, training the same stack depth and positions until you really start to feel and understand the ranges, where the thresholds are, and where the imbalances show up. This is what helps preflop study become usable in-game. You pick a stack depth, you run the spots, and then you review the hands that surprise you. You can now try it completely free inside GTO Lab. Let us know what you think.
This course is really trying to go from start to finish and track the changing conditions of ICM, right? So what I did for post-flop early stages is I picked a bunch of different spots that are very common nodes at common stack depths and made short to medium videos about things that I think the population is missing and potential exploit ideas. A lot of it does have a lot of solver work, but I always do introduce it with a conversation about the spot and what I think is important and what I think is important versus people. For the post-flop ICM section, I take a lot of hands from streams and I go from start to finish about what's important pre-flop all the way to post-flop and really highlight how the strategies are changing.
So the delay is 1 hour, by the way. Someone in chat answered. So they don't, I guess they're catching up now to some stuff. I don't think it's enough for Sosky to know that like Jumalan folded the 6 deuce and is really chilling now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Sosky's kind of a field guy too. I'm not sure that he's like super interested in that, but could be wrong. He's a guy I really don't have a read on. That 3's open through me. Tough to know. Let's see. Gags get some.
Gag's got to put it in, man. He's gonna be big. It's so brutal being big blind NT when you're that short.
Yeah.
Did you see that C-Dog wants to take Greg Mueller versus you heads up?
I did see that. C-Dog set it up. But I thought he wanted Jared Jaffe. I saw an extra E.
I'd take Mueller over Jared Jaffe.
It's close. I told you my only Greg Mueller memory is him in a heads-up tournament not wanting to pay the full amount because the dealer didn't announce it right. He protested for like 10 minutes. They had to force him to keep playing the tournament. That's a great moment. I'm glad there's a good chance we're going to get a somewhat deep heads up. That's nice.
It's always like that in the main, right? Do you really get very shallow heads up ever?
Someone was telling me the average is very deep.
Yeah.
Like the total average, when you just add the 2 stacks and divide it, it's really high. And then the average amount that the shortest guy has is still like 60 or 70 over the last like bunch of years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I can't
Looks
remember.
like that's tracking to be exactly the case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Twan Lamb getting second? I don't remember who got first that year. But I feel like
No.
Twan Lamb did not play like a single hand at the final table with any kind of aggression and just like backed into like 5 or 6 mil. I can't remember who got second.
Finds king queen suited. Happy all in. And easy call.
I'm behind you again.
I mean,
Yeah, I had to refresh because you were ahead. Sorry. My bad.
here we go.
Here we go. Could be it.
Can Jumalan evict Mueller? Yes.
Oh, he shoved the king jack up.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I don't think Greg has any calls. I think Greg has only call folds there.
Yeah, and then if you keep him in, like, you don't want to team up on him when it's just like a great spot for you, right?
I think that's a great shove from Jim Milan.
Greg doesn't like it. He's like, fuck, man. The fuck? Why the fuck are you not teaming up on him with me?
Yeah.
Did you see that? That was not. Dude, Gags is still here, baby.
He is. And he's got a great spot now.
I mean,
For
I
so
also
much
think
money.
I think Jumon is probably thinking something that doesn't exist versus other players, where Greg could call some really strong hands and fold them.
I can see that.
Like, that's not part of
Yeah,
why.
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's like, regardless of whether it's 4s or 10s, it's just like Greg, if he was going to put the rest in, he was going to do it immediately.
It's just like a free roll to put it in here.
That's why I think I think Jim Milan at that speed, I don't even think Greg goes aces that quickly to call. I think he takes some time to think about it, maybe clicks it even. I don't know. Norm and Lon are annoying, especially Lon. The first take, I think, very reasonable, but especially Lon seems surprising, especially Norman.
Ew.
Lon's not annoying. Queen.
Tough turn. Really tough turn. And GG's. Three-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a tough way to go out. That was a nice result for Gags for what he was dealt, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. So that's it for us, right?
Yeah. Three-handed is tomorrow. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me today.
Boys.
Enjoyed it.
John G, you'll be back for heads up?
I will.
All right.
Night all. Thanks, Manuel.
Yeah, everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks, Manuel.